And we're back here on Inside Indy, and want to introduce you to two very distinguished gentlemen in our studios, because we're going to be talking about an upcoming convention and beyond. And we're starting with Gary Bush, Pastor Gary Bush. He is the local chairman for the AIM convention.
Yes.
He is also the pastor of Temple of Faith Church in Kokomo, right?
That's correct.
Which is a part of Church of God in Christ. And then we have Dr. Michael J. Bluitt, who is a huge supporter of our station here at WHMB TV 40. He's also the General Secretary of the Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance of Greater Indianapolis and the National Field Director for Griffin Church Loans, right?
You got it, Miss
Kelly.
Kelly.
Oh, right. Welcome to the show. You have the longest title I've ever had.
A lot of responsibility.
I see. I'm just tired reading it. No, you do great work. Both of you do great work in our community. I want to find out more about the AIM convention, and AIM stands for
Auxiliaries in Ministry.
Okay. And so fill us in on when this happens and what's going to happen.
Okay, thank you. The Auxiliaries in Ministry Convention, better known as AIM, is the summer convention of the International Church of God in Christ. It's going to be held here in Indianapolis on Monday, July 2nd through Friday, July 6th at the Indiana Convention Center. And it features 5 of our departments along with our SMM group, which is Scholastic Motivational Ministries. The 5 groups encompass the music, youth, Sunday school, missions, and evangelism.
So is this something you do annually in a different city, or you typically convene here in Indianapolis?
No, this is a convention that moves to different cities each year.
So it just happens to be down the road from you.
We're excited about it being in Indianapolis this year.
Okay. Now, when you have a convention like this, is it just for the members of your church, or are you opening this up to the general public?
Well, the nightly services that begin at 7:30, they're open to the general public. The day sessions and the workshops and classes, etc., it requires registration, but it's open to the public even for those segments as well. It's just those that were interested in the classes and workshops, they'll need to register, but those that want to worship with us, it's open to the public.
Okay. Classes and workshops, can you tell me a little bit about what people can expect if they want to attend?
Well, say for instance our music department, they teach the choir directors how to better lead choirs and music departments. Sunday school, they empower the teachers, they give them tools to improve their teaching skills. World missions, they empower missionaries to go out to different countries and the things they should and should not do, etc.
Okay, right. So it's kind of a time to learn and to grow.
Yes. It's an awesome
as well
time
as
of
praise
training.
and worship.
Yes, absolutely.
Very good. Okay, so we'll recap the details for that, at the end of the interview, and kind of remind people of how they can be a part of that in downtown Indianapolis. Mr. Bluitt, now tell us about the Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance of Indianapolis, Greater Indianapolis, and want to know more about them and what they do in the community. I know you're a huge part of that organization.
Yes, Ms. Kelly. The Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance has been active in the Indianapolis area since 1907. The Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance, we represent over 1,100 churches here in Greater Indianapolis. Interdenominationally, whether you're Baptist, Methodist, Catholic, whatever, it all falls under that umbrella. And our president is Dr. Fitzhugh Lee Lyons Sr. He's the president, Pastor Lyons, my dear friend and yours. And I've served as his secretary. I've been privileged to serve as his secretary for over 15 years now. And what we do, we come alongside churches and church organizations that, like this convention here, it's coming into the city, and we're coming alongside that organization to help support them and to make their stay here in Indianapolis a memorable one. We've partnered with Lockhart Cadillac, which is a dear friend of our Ministerial Alliance. We've been friends with that organization for quite some time, and they have partnered along with Griffin Church Loans, the largest church finance company on the planet, over $1.2 billion in church loans. We've come together, all 3 of us, I guess you can call it a trifecta, the IMA, Lockhart Cadillac and Griffin, and we're providing 2018 Cadillacs. Whoa. 2018 Cadillacs to ferry the bishops around here while they're here in our city, 24 hours a day, complete with drivers, to make sure that their stay here in Indianapolis is a memorable one, because we want them to come back. We want them to make Indianapolis their home. There's no greater city in the country to have a convention in, and I go to conventions all over America all the time, more than I can count. And Indianapolis is the greatest city by far to have a national convention. You know, our downtown has been recognized for so many wondrous works that it does. All the connectivity with the hotels and, you know, the walkthroughs, you know, the above walkthroughs. I mean, it's just an awesome city to have a convention in, and we want the Church of God in Christ to make Indianapolis their stay.
Oh, right. And it doesn't hurt having a fleet of Cadillacs, brand new Cadillacs picking you up. I think that would win me over. So what an awesome idea, though.
Yes.
We're
Very
honored
good.
to do that. We love the Church of God in Christ, and we believe that love is an action, and you should show it. The Church of God in Christ has been wonderful to our company. That's Griffin Church Loans. In fact, just closed a loan with a Church of God in Christ church yesterday.
Wow.
And we're honored to work with the Church of God in Christ, and we're looking forward to a long and lasting relationship with the Church of God in Christ, and we just want to show our love.
All right.
We just want to show our love.
All right, I love it. Well, now let me ask you this, because you mentioned church loans, and I think when people think of churches, you think they don't need loans. You know, this is God's house, and you know, we need a loan for our house, but the churches have needs, whether it's a loan or beyond that.
Absolutely.
Would you elaborate on that, Pastor, in terms of what some of the needs a church might have that we don't think about? We don't think about it as being...
Well, there's capital needs of a church, and sometimes the need arrives before the capital funding campaign. And so sometimes we need to reach out to partners to assist us over that gap. And so there are times that a church will need some financing in addition to the regular revenue that they receive on Sundays.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that's, people think it's always all taken care of. And so typically, why would a church, what are some of the situations that they would reach out to you for a loan?
Oh, well, for mortgages. Any ministry, Kelly, that is extensive is expensive. That's what we believe. Any ministry that is extensive is certainly expensive. They need mortgages to grow. They have debts that need to be refinanced. They may want to buy another location. They may want to add on to their present location. And that's what we come alongside and do. We help ministries that's large and small. We start at right around $100,000. We help churches that need to borrow as minuscule of amount as $100,000 up to $35 million. In fact, we just closed a $35 million loan about a month or two ago with Pastor Casey Treat, who is a national pastor here in the country. They're in Seattle, Washington, $35 million refinance. And that's just some of the things that we do.
Okay. Wow.
But any ministry that's extensive is expensive. It costs to grow.
Okay. Yeah. And again, it's God's house. We think about mortgages for our houses, our homes. We don't think about their light bills, there's landscaping that is running God's house, which is the house to run. Wow.
That is right. And we're honored to play a part in that.
Right.
Honored to play a part in that.
I love it. I love it. So, well, let's go over the details of the convention, the AIM convention, which again is going to be here in Indianapolis. The dates, time, and location.
The dates are Monday, July 2nd through Friday, July 6th. The International Church of God in Christ, as you're aware, is led by Presiding Bishop Charles Z. Blake from Los Angeles, California. Awesome. The AIM convention is chaired by Superintendent Linwood Dillard of Memphis, Tennessee. Those are the two leaders for this particular convention.
Okay, very good, very good. So now I take it we'll get to see these Cadillacs as they ride through Indianapolis at different points in time. So.
Most definitely. They'll be all over the city. I liken it to what we see in the month of May.
That's
when you see all of those Camaros or Corvettes.
The church pace cars.
Exactly. You see them all over. Lockhart has presented us with the great opportunity to have their Cadillacs all over the city, carrying the men and women of God of the Church of God in Christ. And we're excited to play a part in it. You have to come down.
Okay,
Yes,
I see.
yes.
I do. Yeah.
Yes.
Am I gonna get a ride in a Cadillac? That's, I'm
We
kidding.
will send a Bentley for you.
Oh boy, hey,
We will
that's
send
how
a
you're
Bentley
talking.
for you.
I appreciate you so much. Well, I appreciate you both coming in and letting us know about the convention, letting
Thank
us
you.
know about the realities of church and what happens to God's house, and that even sometimes they need a little help in terms of making things happen. And
You
so it's
better
good to know
believe
that option is there. But I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for this
so much.
opportunity.
All right.
Thank you for the opportunity, Ms. Kelly.
Okay, and thank you for watching us here on Inside Indy. I'm Kelly Vaughn. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.